A ski resort may earn more money from your boots than from the mountain itself. Stay with me for a few minutes, and you may never look at a ski trip the same way again. By the end of this video, you'll understand how luxury ski resorts actually make their money, why the lift ticket is often just the beginning, and how a snowy mountain can quietly turn into a year-round business. Let's start with something simple. When people picture a ski resort, they usually imagine snowy slopes, chairlifts, and skiers gliding down a mountain. It feels like a simple business: sell a lift ticket, let people ski. But behind that peaceful, snowy view, there's often a much bigger and more detailed business plan working to keep everything profitable. Think of it like a movie theater. The ticket gets you in the door, but the real money may come from everything else around it: the snacks, the drinks, and the extra little purchases along the way. Ski resorts may follow a very similar idea, just with snow instead of popcorn. The lift ticket is only the starting point. A lift ticket might feel expensive on its own, but for many resorts, it's really just the entry fee. Once someone is on the mountain, there may be many more chances to spend money on equipment, lessons, food, and even parking. Building and maintaining the lifts themselves can also be extremely costly. Resorts often need to regularly inspect and upgrade their chairlifts and gondolas, since safety is critical when moving thousands of guests up a mountain every single day. Here's a small example. Imagine paying just to enter a large shopping mall, and once inside, you find dozens of stores, restaurants, and activities, all separate from that entry fee. A ski resort may work in a similar way, where the lift ticket opens the door to many more spending opportunities. Have you ever gone skiing and ended up spending way more than just the lift ticket price? Drop a comment and let me know. Equipment rentals can be a steady source of income. Not everyone who visits a ski resort owns their own skis, boots, or snow gear. Because of this, many resorts may offer equipment rentals right on site, allowing guests to grab everything they need without bringing their own gear from home. Since skiing and snowboarding equipment can be expensive to buy, especially for someone who only visits once or twice a year, many guests may choose to rent instead. This can create a steady, repeating source of income for the resort, since equipment needs to be rented again on every new visit. This is a bit like a beach town renting out umbrellas and surfboards. Not everyone owns their own gear, so a steady stream of visitors may keep coming back to rent the same equipment, season after season. Ski lessons turn beginners into repeat customers. Skiing and snowboarding can be difficult to learn, especially for beginners. Because of this, many resorts may offer lessons, sometimes for individuals, and sometimes for groups or entire families. These lessons can come with their own separate price, in addition to the lift ticket and equipment. But there's a smarter reason resorts may focus on lessons. Once someone learns to ski at a certain resort, they may feel more comfortable and confident returning to that same place in the future, rather than starting over somewhere new. This can help resorts build a loyal group of returning customers over time. Think of it like a gym offering free trial sessions with a trainer. The first experience may cost extra, but it can also build the kind of comfort and trust that keeps someone coming back for years. Quick question: did you know some resorts may design their beginner lessons specifically to keep skiers coming back year after year? Let me know if that surprises you. On-mountain dining can be surprisingly profitable. After a few hours skiing in the cold, most guests may want to warm up with food and hot drinks. Because of this, ski resorts often build restaurants and cafes right on the mountain, sometimes even at higher elevations where guests can't easily leave to find food elsewhere. Since guests are often unable to bring their own food up the mountain and may not want to leave the slopes just to eat, on-mountain restaurants can charge higher prices, similar to how food works inside a theme park or a movie theater. This convenience factor can turn a simple bowl of soup or a cup of hot chocolate into a small but steady source of extra income, especially when thousands of guests may be eating on the mountain at the same time. Luxury lodging keeps guests and their money on-site. Many ski resorts don't just want visitors for a single day. They may want guests to stay for an entire weekend or even a full week. That's why luxury resorts often build their own hotels, cabins, or lodges right next to the slopes. If a guest stays directly at the resort's own lodging, they may end up spending on meals, spa services, and shopping, all without ever needing to leave the property. This keeps a much larger portion of the guest's total spending within the same business, instead of going to outside hotels or restaurants. This is similar to how large theme parks build their own hotels nearby. The goal isn't just to host guests for one day, but to keep them, and their spending, within the same overall experience for as long as possible. Have you ever stayed directly at a resort just to avoid the hassle of traveling back and forth each day? Share your experience in the comments. Off-season events keep the business running all year. Snow doesn't last all year, but many luxury ski resorts have found ways to stay busy even after the snow melts. Some resorts may offer hiking trails, mountain biking, zip lining, or scenic chairlift rides during the warmer months, turning a winter destination into a year-round business. This is an important strategy, since relying only on snowy months could leave a resort with months of little to no income. By offering different activities throughout the year, resorts may keep staff employed and continue earning revenue, even when there isn't a single flake of snow on the ground. It's a bit like an ice cream shop that also sells hot coffee in the winter. By adjusting to the season, a business may avoid long periods of little to no customers, keeping income flowing throughout the entire year. The long game: selling a lifestyle, not just a sport. Here's the bigger picture. Luxury ski resorts often aren't just selling a day on the slopes. They may be selling a lifestyle, one built around fresh mountain air, cozy lodges, and a sense of escape from everyday life. People may return year after year, not just for the skiing itself, but for the entire feeling of the trip. This is why resorts often invest heavily in small details, like the design of their lodges, the friendliness of their staff, or the view from a mountaintop restaurant. These small touches may seem like extras, but together, they can shape the entire experience guests are paying for, and the reason they choose to return. So, let's bring it all together simply. A luxury ski resort might look like a peaceful mountain covered in snow, but underneath that quiet scenery, there can be a carefully built business involving lift tickets, equipment rentals, lessons, dining, lodging, and even off-season activities, all working together to keep the resort profitable throughout the entire year. Understanding this doesn't mean ski trips are only for the wealthy or overly complicated. It simply means that behind every chairlift ride and snowy slope, there may be a much bigger, smarter business story than most visitors ever consider. If this video helped you see ski resorts in a new light, you might enjoy our next video too, where we explore another seasonal industry hiding behind a beautiful view. If you found this helpful, a like would really support this channel, and if you'd like more simple breakdowns like this one, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.